The cool morning air settled over Liberty Ridge as Clara Banks, a seasoned woman in her late 60s, gripped her handbag tightly, walking slowly out of the local bank. Inside the bag was a sum of $18,000, her life savings, which she needed desperately for a life-saving surgery. Clara had scrimped and saved every penny, working long after her official retirement, doing odd jobs around town. But the landscape had changed. With the shift came the arrival of a white and black patrol car, pulling up alongside her. Two officers stepped out, Rick Donovan, a bulky man with a sharp, menacing glare, and Adam Reyes, younger, uncertain, but still committed to the badge. Donovan accused her of fitting the description of a fraudster under investigation. Clara's hands shook as she tried to explain, pulling out medical documents, bank receipts, and proof of her legitimate withdrawal. But Donovan wasn't interested. "Looks like drug money to me," he scoffed, snatching the envelope from her hands. Reyes shifted uncomfortably, his eyes avoiding hers. Clara's voice quivered. "That money is for surgery. It's everything I have. Please." But Donovan turned his back, walking toward the cruiser. "This is evidence now. You'll need a lawyer to get it back," he tossed over his shoulder. He added coldly, "Don't call anyone, especially your son. Don't make this worse." Her heart sank, feeling the weight of his words. Clara sat down on the curb, struggling to breathe. All she had left was a phone call. Her son, Evan, hadn't heard from her in years, not since he'd left for what she thought was a corporate security job abroad. In truth, Evan had been involved in covert operations, working in black sites, doing things he couldn't explain. But when Clara's voice trembled over the phone, something inside him snapped. By the time they finished their call, he was already on the road. He drove through the night, his car's headlights cutting through the still countryside. The further he went, the colder his rage grew. His mother, who had always been the heart of their community, a constant presence in the neighborhood, baking for neighbors, mentoring young people, and never missing a Sunday at church, had been robbed by men wearing badges, the ones supposed to protect her. By morning, Evan pulled up to the modest house where he grew up. Clara greeted him with a weak smile, but her eyes told another story. As she recounted every detail, the smug look on Donovan's face, the silence of Reyes, the way her pleas were ignored, it was all Evan needed to hear. Without saying a word, Evan took the stack of papers she handed him. Medical records, withdrawal slips, and everything that proved her innocence. He met her gaze, his voice calm but resolute. "You're not alone anymore, Mom." The wheels of vengeance were already in motion. Evan wasn't reckless. He wasn't going guns blazing. He needed to understand who these officers were and why they thought they could steal from someone fighting for their life. He made a call on an encrypted line. Evan Turner. Two officers, Rick Donovan, Adam Reyes. Liberty Ridge PD, dig deep. The response was swift. "Copy that. Stand by." As he waited, Evan pulled out a tactical duffel bag from his SUV's hidden compartment. Inside was everything he needed: signal jammers, long-range microphones, burner phones, and even a miniature drone the size of his hand. This wasn't just a mission. Evan was the mission. Later that day, the intel came in. Donovan, 18 years on the force, praised publicly, but with numerous complaints filed against him, mostly from elderly or minority residents, had ties to a shady development firm. His partner, Reyes, was clean but always worked alongside Donovan. Evan's mind raced as he dug deeper. The properties in Clara's neighborhood were being seized. New owners, the development firm, had quietly taken control, and the stories were the same. Harassment, threats, forced sales at below-market prices. It wasn't just corruption, it was a calculated strategy to push people out of their homes. Legal theft. The next morning, Evan entered the Liberty Ridge Police Department, dressed casually in a dark jacket and jeans, blending in as an everyday citizen. He walked up to the receptionist and calmly asked for Officers Donovan and Reyes. She gave him a suspicious look, but made the call. Donovan appeared first, wearing his usual arrogant smirk. "Let me guess," he sneered. "You're the son? Let me guess. Lawsuits, threats. You people always talk big, don't you?" Evan stepped forward without flinching. "You took my mother's money. You humiliated her. Now you're going to answer for it." Donovan scoffed. Get in line. Or, better yet, just get lost. Without missing a beat, Evan handed Donovan a sleek black card with a single QR code on it. This is a two-way street. You either return what you stole, or you'll find out what happens when ghosts come a call. Evan turned and walked out. Donovan stood frozen for a moment, staring at the card, unsure of how to react. Reyes, watching from down the hallway, clenched his fists, but Evan didn't turn back. Ghosts didn't look back. They haunted. Later that evening, Evan deployed a micro-drone from his jacket, silently recording every movement inside the lobby. The next day, Donovan's patrol car's GPS pinged an unusual location, a nondescript office complex on the outskirts of town. Evan parked a block away, posing as a delivery driver to confirm the suite number. Eastgate Holdings, Suite 302. Exactly what he suspected. Inside, he used a fiber optic camera to eavesdrop on a conversation between two men. Charles Westbrook, head of acquisitions at Eastgate, and Victor Graves, a notorious fixer for shady deals. Their conversation confirmed everything. We locked down 3 more properties this week, including Clara Banks' house, Westbrook said. Graves asked, "What about her son?" Westbrook smirked. "If he's a problem, we neutralize him." Evan clenched his jaw but stayed calm, recording every word. That night, he visited the homes of other elderly residents, mostly Black, Latino, working-class folks, all victims of the same tactics. They shared hushed stories of threats and shady property deals. One elderly man said, "I never signed anything, and suddenly they own my house." Evan encrypted all the evidence, audio, video, testimonies, and sent it to a trusted contact at the Department of Justice and to Detective Carla Green of Internal Affairs. He left a message. "If you're not with them, meet me at Eastwood Park at noon. Come alone." Detective Green, sharp-eyed and determined, was there when Evan arrived. She'd reviewed the files and evidence. "This is bigger than I thought," she admitted. "This is a network, not just about Clara Banks." Evan nodded. "You can help take them down, or you can bury it with them." She hesitated for only a moment. "I'm in. I'll get you what you need." That night, Evan executed the next phase. At 2 a.m., chaos erupted at the Liberty Ridge police station. Tires slashed, patrol cars disabled, and spray-painted windshields with a damning photo of Donovan accepting an envelope from Westbrook. Donovan was livid. "Where did this come from?" he demanded. Westbrook's cold reply, "Handle it quietly." But things were spiraling. By morning, 2 SUVs sat across from Claire's house. Evan watched from the shadows. Their plates traced back to Paramount Risk Solutions, tied to Eastgate. Evan followed them to a motel off Route 17, where he waited until nightfall. He sabotaged both SUVs, cutting the fuel lines and leaving envelopes with family photos and a message. "You watch us. We watch you." By morning, the SUVs were gone, but Evan knew retaliation was coming. The next night, streetlights on Eastwood Lane flickered out. At 10:23 p.m., 4 operatives snuck into the backyard, professionals, not amateurs. Evan struck quickly, disarming the first, taking out the second, and trapping the third. The fourth was caught in a bear trap. He left a photo of Donovan's bribe with the message, "Your predators are here." By morning, the message was clear.